So let me begin by saying that I have watched both of Warrior Princess's videos, which at first I found laughable, but now I think it's sad because of just the complete lack of basic science. Warrior Princess compares our sun, which is a star, for you Muslims out there, to a hot cup of tea. For this to be true, you must be assuming that the sun has a fixed rate of energy inside of it that it's not producing, which of course isn't true because the sun, a star, is a fusion reaction that is occurring there because of its heat and mass, and it is combining two hydrogen atoms, turning them into helium. And the excess energy that is blown off from that gives the sun its heat. So the thermodynamics claim there, which I've never actually heard used to explain anything about stars, so that was pretty interesting. It doesn't really work at all, and I can give you all a little bit of back reference about about the sun right now. The sun is a yellow dwarf star. It is in the center of our solar system, which we orbit, like it or not. The surface of the sun consists of hydrogen, helium, trace quantities of elements including iron, nickel, oxygen, silicon, sulfur, magnesium, carbon, neon, calcium, and chromium. The sun orbits the center of the Milky Way galaxy at a distance of approximately 24 to 26,000 light years. So, once again, if God was real, wouldn't he make everything orbit us? Why would he put us in a solar system that has a little star that's on the edge of a medium-sized galaxy that's just surrounded by thousands of other galaxies? That doesn't make much sense. Galaxies that we will never, ever reach. The sun was formed about 4 billion to 5 billion years ago. It was formed by a rapid collapse of hydrogen, and the sun's main sequence age is determined using computer models of other stellar anomalies that we have seen, other stars and where they are. So we have guessed for it to be between 4 and 5 billion years old, and that's actually in accordance with radiometric dating of the oldest solar system material that we have found, and that placed it at 4.56 billion years ago. So our models and our information from other stars proved to be quite accurate. The sun does not have enough mass to explode as a supernova. Instead, in about 5 billion years, it will enter a red giant phase, consuming Earth, destroying us. Outer layers of this is caused by hydrogen that has been converted into helium. The star will become unstable, and that puts it into that red giant phase. So, once again, it's not fixed. It is an evolving system that will one day destroy itself, just as we've seen over and over and over again through the Hubble and through other radio satellite equipment. So your claims still don't make any sense. I don't know what you guys are going on about with the thermodynamics and that, but now that you know a little bit about stars, I can then move into the next argument about your second law of thermodynamics and answer it for the biology, which is something that I have always witnessed creationists using a lot. You all love to talk about the second law of thermodynamics, so here we go. The second law of thermodynamics does not apply to closed systems like life. This is seen with the whole refrigerator scenario. A refrigerator separates heated air and cool air, pumping it out, keeping it cool, until you unplug it. That's the same as us. We eat, which we get energy from, that originally came from our sun, and that is why the thermodynamics doesn't apply here. The second law doesn't, because We are constantly taking in energy, so there is no energy trade-off that is being lost. Any theory claiming to describe how organisms originated and continue to exist by natural causes must be compatible with the first and second laws of thermodynamics. This is very different, however, from the claim made by many creationists that evolution violates the second law of thermodynamics. Evidence indicates that biological systems and evolution from those systems conform to the second law. The second law is only true of closed systems. It is easy to decrease the energy. For example, a refrigerator separates warm and cold air, but only when it is plugged in. Since all biology requires an external energy source, the sun, there is nothing unusual thermodynamically with growing more complex with time. And also, evolution is not about growing to perfection. There's no such thing about perfection, guys. You're fulfilling your niche. That's all you're doing. A fish isn't going to one day become a human because human beings aren't perfect. Or none of the organisms are. They all fulfill the niche that they are built into, that they are doing. They grew into that niche and they best fit it. And once an environment changes or once a new predator is introduced, the weak get thinned out and the ones that have adapted continue. It's not going to perfection. So the second law doesn't apply. You all obviously don't understand evolution, which I could make 1,000 videos about, but you still wouldn't get it. So let's just move on to how you all are illogical.